up the GPS, threw the guidebooks away. I'm gonna trust my own instinct to get me through the day. They gave me directions, they gave me a plan, told me exactly how to be a successful man. But the path was too straight, their rhythm was too slow. I need the twisted corners where the real things grow. I don't need their paper or their lines of black ink. My destination is the truth, whatever I think. My two hands on the wheel, my eyes on the view. The only true adventure is the one that is new. Totally panicked, started to whine. But we pulled over the truck and looked up at the stars and realized we were safer than we were in the bars. Being lost is a blessing, it's a moment of release, a chance to find the silence and the inner peace. I carry the memories of the places I have been, the deserts, the mountains, the quiet country scene. But they don't dictate the future, they don't hold the key. They just prove the potential of the man that is me. I'm honoring the past by living truly free, building a new history for everyone to see. I see the people driving with their phones in their face, missing all the wonder of this beautiful space. They follow the screen, they follow the line, never trusting their own heart, never claiming what's divine. The unwritten map is the one I rely on, finding where my spirit belongs from midnight until dawn. Every wrong turn is a story, every dead end's a sign that the only road worth taking is the truly mine. Yeah, the freedom is the journey, the prize is the sight, following the feeling through the long open night. Tear up the blueprint and throw the instructions high. Your destiny is written in the open sky. Trust the engine's rumble, trust the wheel in your hand. You are the architect of this incredible land.
Yeah, the road called my name, I had to answer loud, shaking off the shadows of the concrete crowd. The alarm clock died, I let the phone ring out, threw my gear in the saddlebag without a doubt. Found my old leather jacket, faded by the sun, not running from trouble, just running to the light, chasing down the feeling in the fading night. Steel horse sunrise, that's my fuel and my friend, on a ribbon of asphalt that just doesn't end. Every mile's a confession, every curve's a high, watching the world go by from beneath the big sky. I got a full tank of hope and a half full beer. The loudest sound is freedom ringing clear. Stopped at a gas station 1,000 miles ago, met a wise old trucker putting on a show. He said, son, the greatest journey ain't the miles you do, it's the man in the mirror that you're riding back to. I nodded, filled up, and thanked him for the thought, cause the wisdom of the road is what I truly saw. Remember nights by the campfire, talking to the moon, singing old songs slightly out of tune. Remember that girl I left back in Tennessee? The memories flash like the landscape next to me. No regrets now, just lessons in the breeze, finding my balance between the open seas. Steel horse sunrise, that's my fuel and my friend, on a ribbon of asphalt that just doesn't end. Every mile's a confession, every curve's a high, watching the world go by from beneath the big sky. I got a full tank of hope and a half full beer. The loudest sound is freedom ringing clear. They can have their mansions, their suits and their ties. I'll take the rush of the wind and the look in my eyes. This engine's my therapy, this highway's my school, breaking every single one of their city rules. Yeah, steel horse sunrise, right on, brother, right on, ringing She might look beat up, she might look old, but she's got more stories than silver or gold. My pickup truck is ugly, she needs a coat of paint. She leaks a little oil and she makes a funny complaint. The door on the driver's side doesn't always quite latch, and the radio only works when you give it a smack. But this old machine has seen me through the worst of my days. We've logged 10,000 sunsets on these wide open ways. She's not a steady symbol, she's not a slick new ride, she's the honest truth of where my freedom resides. Rust and resale value, that's what the rich man sees, but I see a trusted partner giving my soul ease. She never judged my failures, she never asked for more, just distant, but the smell of the old sea brings back the full flavor, beautifully bittersweet. The mechanics shake their heads and they tell me to trade up, but they don't understand the fuel that fills my cup. They don't know the late nights, the rescues, the tight spots, the places we've been, avoiding all the police shots. She's a rolling testament to staying true and rough, proving that the simple things are truly enough. Rust and Rizal bow out, that's what the rich man sees. But I see a trusted partner, giving my soul ease. She never judged my failures, she never asked for more, just keeps pushing forward and opens up the door. Yeah, she's more than metal, she's part of the plan. The best kind of life is built on a humble man. I've been offered fancy cars with leather and a shine, but they don't have the history, they don't have the honest line. I'll stick with the scratches, I'll stick with the dents. They're the map of my journey, the road that represents humble man. Rust and Rizal, keep on driving. Oh girl,
Used to live by the clock, watching the seconds crawl. Now I smash the timepiece and just answer the call. I traded my watch for a compass and a grin. Decided that the future was somewhere I had to begin. No more waiting for the perfect day to arrive. I jumped in the driver's seat and swore to thrive. They say patience is a virtue, but patience is a trap when the world is calling you off the well-worn map. Every minute wasted is a story left unsung. Gotta chase the horizon while the spirit is still young. The only time is go, that's the motto I embrace. Leaving no footprints in this desperate, frantic race. I'm running on impulse, powered by the sun. My adventure doesn't stop until my whole life is done. Yeah, forget the schedule, forget the daily grind. The greatest moment waiting is the one you gotta find. I burn the old calendar, watching the smoke curl. No more meetings or deadlines to control my free world. Found a waterfall that nobody ever knew, and just sat there and soaked up the sky's deepest blue. That's the kind of wealth that money can't afford. A moment of true stillness, a quiet reward. Remember when we said we'd take that trip one day, but life kept getting busy and kept standing in the way. We put off the adventure for the comfort and the safe, and now that dream is just a memory we chase. But I learned the lesson, I learned it fast and hard. You gotta play the big hand, you gotta use the wild card. So if you see me speeding down a lonely, distant road, just know I'm out running the burden and the load. I'm making up for all the minutes that I lost, living every second, counting up the real cost. The only time is go, that's the motto I embrace. Leaving no footprints in this desperate, frantic race. I'm running on impulse, powered by the sun. My adventure doesn't stop until my whole life is done. Yeah, forget the schedule, get the daily grind. The greatest moment waiting is the one you gotta That's a simple command, with a tank full of gas and a highway in your hand. Don't let the second hand tell you who you ought to be. Break it in half and finally set yourself free. Gotta find the only time is gold. Set yourself free. When you travel long enough, the concept starts to fade. Home is the promise that the highway has made. I've had a dozen dressing, none of them felt right. Just temporary shelters to get me through the night. Tried the suburbs, tried the city, tried to settle down, but my spirit felt caged in the suffocating town. My feet feel the restlessness, my mind starts to roam, 'cause the feeling of arrival is never truly home. I found the only anchor for this rolling restless mind is the empty space you see when you leave the past behind. Home is the next horizon, shining on the crest, putting my wandering heart and my spirit to the test. It ain't a porch, it ain't a mailbox, it ain't a wall. It's the freedom in the open when you choose to give your all. Yeah, my roof is the starlight, my door is the dawn. I'm where I'm supposed to be from midnight until morn, until morn. Remember camping out beneath the Milky Way, drinking lukewarm whiskey at the close of the day. We talked about the future, the paths we'd take, the promises of fortune that we wanted to make. We didn't know it then, but we were already rich, living in the moment, digging out the freedom ditch. I stop at small towns and I see the faces stare, wonder about the life of a man without a care. They see the dust and denim, the faded worn out hat. They don't see the peace in the places where I'm at. They're tied to their properties, burdened by the name, while I feel the whole wide country calling out my claim. The road can get lonely, the long nights can feel vast, but the memory of the dreamer is built to truly last. I know what I'm chasing, I know what I pursue, the promise of a future that is honest and true. Home is the next horizon, shining on the crest, putting my wandering heart and my spirit to the test. It ain't a porch, it ain't a mailbox, it ain't a wall. It's the freedom in the open when you choose to give your all. Yeah, my roof is the starlight, my door is the dawn. I'm where I'm supposed to be from midnight until morn, until morn. Don't send me postcards or write me a note, just meet me on the blacktop where the freedom is afloat. I'll show you the beauty, I'll show you the light. The only thing that matters is the journey day and night. Until morn, the next horizon, the journey
Every wrong turn, every dead end I found helped me get to the only solid ground. The wrinkles on my forehead ain't just lines of age, they're the lines of a story written on a difficult page. I made some bad decisions, chased the shadows and the haze, spent too many good years lost in a confusing maze. I hurt some good people, I let some true love go. Things I can't undo, things I gotta know. But I wouldn't trade the lessons for an easy, perfect life, 'cause the depth of the learning cuts sharper than a knife. The map of my mistakes is etched across my soul. Every broken promise making me feel whole. From the cheap bars of Dallas to the fields of Illinois, the pain of the journey gave me true joy. Yeah, the past is my professor, the failures are my guide. I'm proud of the hard road where I learned how to ride. Remember that old car that broke down by the creek? I thought I was ruined, I couldn't even speak. But a farmer pulled up, helped me fix the engine right, showed me that the darkness always leads to light. It wasn't a failure, it was a help I received. That moment of kindness, that's what I believe. The scars on my knuckles are a story I embrace. They remind me of the punches and the winter's grace. The tears that I cried were the rain that washed me clean, taking me away from the shallow, phony scene. So I drive with my windows down and let the cool air in, leaving the regret behind and letting the peace begin. You can try to be perfect, you can try to be flawless, but you'll miss all the beauty and the messy and the lawless. So raise a glass tonight to the choices that we made, the darkness and the struggle that can never be betrayed. The map of my mistakes is etched across my soul. Every broken promise making me feel whole. From the cheap bars of Dallas to the fields of Illinois, the pain of the journey gave me true joy. Yeah, the past is my professor, the failures are my guide. I'm proud of the hard road where I learned how to ride. I wouldn't change a moment, not a single wrong turn taken, 'cause the man that I am now is strong and awake. The true journey's not forward, it's always deep inside, and the mistakes are the fuel where the real lessons hide on how to ride. The past is my professor, mistakes. Yeah, we got a code we live by, written in the dust. In God and American-made steel we trust. You see us rolling heavy when the sun starts to dip.
Got a case of cold beer and freedom on our lips. We ain't looking for trouble, but we won't turn it down. Just chasing a feeling outside the city town. We work with our hands, we speak with a straight aim. We put the muscle in the hustle, we play the honest game. We got mud on the tires and loyalty in the core. Asking for nothing, always giving something more. My tribe drives trucks, yeah, we follow the roar. Putting pedal down and asking for more. We don't need a boardroom, we don't need a plan. Just the brotherhood of metal and the working man. Yeah, we're loud, we're proud, we stick to the rules we make. Breaking every fence line for freedom's sake. Remember that night we fixed Bobby's old transmission underneath the floodlights, completing the mission. We didn't charge $1, didn't ask for a favor back, 'cause helping your brother is always on the track. That's the kind of network that money can't buy. Loyalty running deeper than the big blue sky.
They call us simple, they call us rough and cruel, but we know more about life than the highly educated do. We know the value of sweat, the meaning of a promise kept. We earned everything we own while the others just slept. So when you see the headlights flashing on the lonely road, know that you're watching to carry another load.
We pull up to the campfire, we settle in the dirt, sharing all the laughter and sharing all the hurt. No need for a signal, no need for a screen, just the sound of the guitar and the honest country scene. My tribe drives trucks, yeah, we follow the roar. Putting pedal down and asking for more. We don't need a boardroom, we don't need a plan, just the brotherhood of metal and the working man. Yeah, we're loud and we're proud, we stick to the rules we make. We're breaking every fence line for freedom's sake. You can keep your fast lane, your suits and your ties. I'll take the open country and the look in my friend's eyes. The bond of the brotherhood forged in the heat. The sweetest victory you can never beat. Freedom's sake. They said I'd quit, they said I'd slow down, but I'm still the wildest thing in this small town. My boots are warm, my jacket's got a tear. I've been driving this old blacktop for well over a year. Friends settled down, bought a house and a pool, but I still feel the hunger, I'm nobody's fool. There's a fire in my belly that demands to be fed, a restless spirit that keeps me ahead. Every sunrise is an instruction, clear and loud, to keep moving forward, away from the crowd. Finished with me, yeah, it keeps calling my name, playing this high stakes, freedom fuel game. Got a million more miles before I lay down to rest, putting my wandering heart and my body to the test. Yeah, I'm burning the midnight oil, chasing the thrill. There's always one more mountain for my truck to climb uphill.
kissed her goodbye, told her she deserved the best. 'Cause my soul was tied up in this restless quest. She's a sweet, gentle memory that flashes in the dark, but the open road's a powerful and permanent mark. I watch the clouds move faster than a luxury train, washing off the burdens and the artificial rain. I'm fueled by the coffee and the country radio hum, wondering where I'll be when the next morning comes. It's not just driving, it's a constant, steady prayer of independence and the sweet clean air. I see the critics shaking their heads at my life. They don't understand the victory and the strife. This is the only way to be truly awake. Freedom's own beautiful, uncompromising sake. The road ain't finished with me. Yeah, it keeps calling my name, playing this high stakes, freedom-fueled game. Got a million more miles before I lay down to rest, putting my wandering heart and my body to the test. Yeah, I'm burning the midnight oil, chasing the thrill. There's always one more mountain for my truck to climb uphill. I'll never run out of pavement, I'll never run out of will. The moment I stop moving is the moment I feel ill. This journey's my masterpiece, written in the dust, powered by rebellion and unbreakable trust. Climb uphill, keep calling my name, ain't finished with me. Every journey's got a start, every story's got a page, but I'm still turning corners, escaping the cage. The sun dipped low, painting the sky with fire. I saw the sign flashing, fueling my desire. Last exit 400 miles, that's what it read. A challenge to the spirit inside my weary head. It's the point of no return, where you commit to the fight, leaving all the easy comforts of the gentle life. You either take the shortcut back, or you plunge into the black. And for a restless heart like mine, there's only one track. The last exit sign flashed brightly in the dark. The moment I knew I had to truly make my mark, leaving civilization for the wild unknown, where the seeds of the real life are scattered and sown. Yeah, I chose the silence over the clamor and noise, the path of the loner with a simple true joy. Remember standing at the edge of the town one day, tossing a coin to decide if we should stay or stray. Heads meant the future, tails meant the familiar past. We laughed when the coin got lost in the wind too fast. We knew the decision was already made inside. We had to take the gamble, we had to run and ride. There's a different kind of freedom when the signal starts to fade. No more interruptions from the fake life
beside your lonely bed. This is the ultimate test of the man that you are. Facing the darkness without a guiding star. I packed up the memories, the good and the bad, every lesson learned from the chances I had. I'm putting the pedal down, watching the distance grow. This commitment to the future, this is how it should go. The last exit sign flashed brightly in the dark. The moment I knew I had to truly make my mark. Leaving civilization for the wild unknown, where the seeds of the real life are scattered and sown. Yeah, I chose the silence over the clamoring noise, the path of the loner with a simple true joy. Simple, true joys, last exit into the black. About money, don't talk about the debt. The only thing that matters is the time that we get. I saw a man in a limo, looking stressed and tight, chasing the dollar signs through the dark of the night. He's got the power, he's got the corporate gleam, but he's missed the beautiful colors of a simple stream. I'd trade a silk suit for my denim and the dust, and a life built on pure love and unbreakable trust. You can't buy back the minutes once they slipped away, so I measure my worth by the close of the day. The only currency is sunset, paid in orange and gold, a priceless memory that my heart can't truly hold. I'm banking on the moments and the laughter that we share, trading all the worry for the sweet, clean country air. Yeah, I'm rich in the daylight and wealthy in the night. Every fading glow is a victory of light. Remember sitting there, watching the sky turn red. We didn't need a lecture for the words that were said, just the silence between us and the feeling of the peace, knowing that the world's problems had offered a release. That was the best payment, the highest reward, the simple acknowledgement of a life adored. They can keep the paper contracts and their numbers on the screen. I'll take the simple value of a landscape green. I'm investing in freedom, in the truth and the fun, every single moment from the rise of the sun. I don't need a portfolio, don't need a fancy name, just a life well lived in this crazy honest game. I look at my hands, they got the dirt and the scars, but they built a good life beneath the honest stars. I earned every single memory that I collected here, and the best ones are free. perfectly clear. The only currency is sunset, paid in orange and gold, a priceless memory that my heart can truly hold. I'm banking on the moments and the laughter that we share, trading all the worry for the sweet, clean country air. Yeah, I'm rich in the daylight and wealthy in the night. Every fading glow is a victory of light. Stop counting the dollars, start counting the days. The simple truth is waiting in a million different ways. The wealth of the heart is the treasure that you keep, while the rest of the world is worried and asleep. Victory of life. Currency is sunset, rich in the daylight. Forget the old stories, forget the ancient scroll. I found my religion on the ribbon of black coal. My church is the canyon where the echo takes hold. My sermon is the freedom that's worth more than gold. I don't need a preacher or a steeple to find the way, just the powerful silence that comes at the close of day. I shed the expectations, I left the shame behind. The only truth I follow is the one I choose to find. I baptize myself in the creek by the highway's edge, breaking the old chains, standing on the ledge. The high road gospel is the only one I preach. The power of the open sky, the lessons that it teach. We are born to wander, we are meant to roam, making this vast country our beautiful true home. Yeah, my destiny's unwritten, my spirit can't be tamed, living out the glory of the life that I I remember Sunday mornings, dressed up in a tie, staring at the ceiling, wishing I could fly. The walls felt too close, the air felt too thick. I knew that settled comfort would make me sick. So I left the velvet cushions and the polished clean floor for the honest rough pavement and something deeply more. The memories of the past, they don't hold me down. They are the kind companions in every distant town. They remind me of the reasons why I chose to be free. The faces and the laughter stay right here with me. I carry their light like a lantern, bright and clear, guiding me through the darkness, destroying every fear. Don't worry about salvation or the final decree. Just live in the moment and let your true self be. The grace is in the striving, the blessing is the move. Proving every second is the hardest thing to prove. The high road gospel is the only one I preach. The power of the open sky, the lessons that it teach. We are born to wander, we are meant to roam, making this vast country our beautiful true home. Yeah, my destiny's unwritten, my spirit can't be tamed, living out the glory
This old mind is a photo album worn and frayed. Every single moment is beautifully displayed. The miles I've covered are printed on my brow. Every forgotten face I still remember now. The first time I saw the ocean, the shock of the deep blue, standing on the shoreline, knowing life felt new. The night we saw the comet blazing through the dark, leaving a permanent and unbelievable mark. 30,000 tiny moments, that's the treasure I keep. The harvest of a lifetime buried down deep. 30,000 memories running wild through my head, better than any fortune I could ever have instead. They are the anchor and the current, the reason I survive, proof that my true spirit hasn't broken, it has thrived. Yeah, I carry every scar and every single smile, walking through the present and talking to the past for a while. Remember losing that big paycheck in a hand of cards, walking home that morning, looking at the stars. It felt like the end then, a terrible defeat, but that loss taught me the lesson of the rhythm of the street. It taught me that resilience is the only path to choose, and sometimes you gotta fail to realize what you can lose. There's the one about my father, fishing by the stream, teaching me the value of an honest, simple dream. There's the one about the girl whose name I can't recall, but the light in her eyes conquered and won over all. Those fleeting connections, they fuel me on the way, lighting up the highway at the close of every day. I don't need a therapist, and I don't need a book. I just open up my mind for a powerful look. The whole history of my spirit is playing out loud, a vibrant, honest story standing out from the crowd. 30,000 memories running wild through my head, better than any fortune I could ever have instead. They are the anchor and the current, the reason I survive, proof that my true spirit hasn't broken, it has thrived. Yeah, I carry every scar and every single smile, walking through the present and talking to the past for a while. I used to think that letting go meant setting things aside. Now I know that true strength is knowing where they hide. Keep the good ones close, let the lessons do their job. Every single chapter is a beat in my heart's song. Pass for a while. Keep me alive. Keep me alive. Life's too complicated, too many choices to make. I need a simpler path for freedom's precious sake. My brain was cluttered with options and weighed out. Too many voices telling me what life was all about. They talk about investments, they talk about the gains, but I just want silence and the feeling of the rain. So I stripped the transmission down to the purest core. I don't need reverse or fourth gear anymore. I'm locking it in low, keeping the engine clean, relying on the power of the simplest machine. One gear in open space, only rule I claim, putting all my energy into a single honest flame. No more hesitation, no second guesses now, just forward momentum and an unbreakable vow. Yeah, the speed isn't crucial, the commitment is the key. This simple steady motion is all the freedom for me. I'm done with the shortcuts and the momentary fix, the complicated methods and the tricky, clever tricks. When you lock yourself in one way, you stop looking back. All your focus is ahead on the forward, honest track. It's a commitment to the journey, not the immediate goal. Finding simple purpose, taking hold of my soul. Remember when you thought that buying more meant more to lose, and every little luxury meant more paths to confuse. We found joy in the bare minimum, the shelter and the food. A simple, honest friendship always understood. The complexity of choice is a prison built by man. I'm escaping through the landscape as fast as I can. The highway gets rougher, the hills get steep and tall, but I don't need a downshift to answer the call. The power is constant, the effort is the same, fueled by my own fire, burning bright the whole game. One gear in open space, that's the only rule I claim, putting all my energy into a single honest flame. No more hesitation, no second guesses now, just forward momentum and an unbreakable vow. Yeah, the speed isn't crucial, the commitment is the key. This simple steady motion is all the freedom for me. Lock your focus forward, make the simple feeling last. The thoughts spin round and round, taking me back in time. Every single moment, honest and sublime. I hear a faint melody from a carnival long ago, the cheap sweet smell of candy and the cotton snow. I was just a kid then, standing on the grass, watching all the bright colors moving way too fast. Now the scene comes rushing, vivid and so clear, I can almost feel the presence of the people standing near. The world was a mystery, a beautiful wild ride. Everything was waiting, nothing to hide. The memory carousel keeps turning in my mind. The best and the brightest moments are what I always find. Every laugh, every tear, every lesson I've learned, a powerful sweet vibe that forever has burned. Yeah, I grab a ticket every time the past comes near. The ghosts of the good times, oh, I have no fear. Remember that old jukebox in the corner of the bar? We thought those 3 minutes were the farthest we could go or far. We danced without caring what the other people thought, a simple piece of joy. Honestly bought that feeling is a treasure locked up in my chest, putting the quiet spirit in my whole heart to the test. The carousel is spinning, showing me the truth, the endless
timeless energy of that reckless youth. We didn't need the money, didn't need the fame, just needed the moment and the fire of the game. The faces are blurred, now the details start to fade, but the spirit of the feeling can never be betrayed. I choose to honor the memory by living loud and true, doing everything that the young me wanted to do. The past is a blessing, not a burden or a chain. It shows me the sunshine through the artificial rain. The memory carousel keeps turning in my mind. The best and the brightest moments are what I always find. Every laugh, every tear, every lesson I have learned, a powerful sweet fire that forever has burned. Yeah, I grab a ticket every time the past comes near. The ghosts of the good times, oh, I have no fear. You can try to suppress it, you can try to move ahead, but the truth of your spirit is what the past has fed. So let the music play, let the colors spin and glow. This amazing history is the only truth I know.